Spider-Man hand, and it's got a bag at the bottom. And if you pick the right person coming into the courthouse, you can do that with them and say, here, put all your stuff in here. I don't wanna touch it. But you
Nice.
do have to pick the right person, because sometimes people get offended.
Well, at least we're not addressing budgets.
Right. Everybody wants to stand for pledge?
Yes.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amen. I was like, John's still standing. Come on, John.
I'm just checking to see who's online.
Oh, okay. Thought you're still staring at the flag. I'm like, it's okay, John.
We have 3 checks. Jessica Emerald for $133.70, Jason Gagnon for $206.30, and Kristen Patch for $482.52.
Sure. Tell me when you're ready.
Go, go, go.
Go, go, go. Eleanor Cherry, 1,013.58. Andrea Bickham, 606.46. Joseph Bird, 923.64. Caden Blazicki Hearn is 817.11. Kendra Brackett's 476.44. Gloria Bendia Becerra, 353.75. Karen Clements, $1,064.98. Jeffrey Collins, 868.04. Katie Coppola, 73.88. And I'm stuck. I guess I should have put more stickies on my finger. There we go. Keith Culligan, 222.70. Michael Dame is 1,027.91. Kiki Donis Walls, 183.09. Robert Gagnon is 225.23. Warren Graham is 354.51. Andrew Gray is 448.79. Alexander Hall is 368.09. Mary Lyons Hall is 58.41. Alexander Hadosi is 318.27. Kip Kaiser 773.01. Joyce Keegles 517.14. Kevin Nealon's 1,051.69. Heather Lindsay 612.24. Robert McCon is 160.56. Brandon Messina is 814.40. Sarah Parker 395.53. Jeremy Potter, 690.84. Brian Raines is 448.59. Wayne Robinson's 918.04. Steven Sorza is 885. Christopher Spitaleri is 1,065.77. Sophia Strecht is $13.85. And Charlotte Sullivan's $13.85. Katrina Tennett's $514.62. Josh Turner $167.94. Olivia Wall $103.95. Daniel Wicks $1,396.50. Janice Weir's $76663. Jeremy Worcester's $364.26. Daphne Wass is $687.07. And Jared Wright Ward is $668.54.
For a total of $22,434.90.
Combined total of $23,257.42. PD had 29 hours, fire had 14, and highway had 20. Do you know why PD had so many hours?
Overtime? I'll check this over. It's just-
Was it because of the snow and accidents? There was a lot of accidents the other day, I know that.
Did this check already get sent out?
It was refunded, right? We did it on AP last week.
Right. There was a refund to John Goodwin for $4,081.
It's officially a non-AP, I think.
Sounds good to me.
And there's a void that went with it because it was made out to the wrong person.
And there's a couple voids and cancellations and just put this on the bottom. Affleck.
Thank you, sir. Tell me when.
Oh, get them.
Go ahead. Affleck, 104.15. Ben's uniforms, $80. Joseph Bird, 28.47. Block 5 Tech is $468. Boundtree Medical, $755.51. Kendra Brackets, $21. C&M Cleaning, $1,770.01. E&J Auto Parts, $35.98. Hartman Oil and Propane, $1,772.41. Joyce Kegel, $11.76. KRT Appraisal, $9,800. LCB Transport is $513.15. Legend Software is $327. Liberty International Trucks, $336.94. Martineau Electric is $300 even. Morton Salts, $2,850.63. National Wrecker is $49.54.32. New Hampshire Fish and Game, $1,635. New Hampshire Retirement, $27,252.15. Northeast Electric Distributors is $66. Rockingham County Registry is $4.55. Patrol PC is $282.72. Seacoast Machines is $347.03. Searchy is $21.80. Stratum Tires $295.17. Suburban Propane $459.47. Title Communications $208.68. UniFirst Corp is $52.26. Valak is $246.45. WB Mason is $280.02. Jared Wright Ward is $47.04.
For a total of $55,327.67. You have the boards, right? You
Yeah,
have all-
those are all the voids and cancels and, put that in there.
The voids are on the bottom.
Recreation, we have, one deposit, 3 checks.
Oh, another good week. Oh, oof.
Not bad.
I did. I'm quick.
Yeah, so we took in about 70,000, half tax, half other stuff. Yeah, no real excitement. Next week we'll have another town thing, 205, school thing. We're holding our own.
Good deal.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Don.
sir.
On or-
Sure. I wasn't sure who was doing it.
Okay, we-
So, November, maybe, I don't remember when, Citizen Bank came to me and said, we're doing something different. We're gonna require that you, take on a whole bunch of fraud protection software. It's gonna cost you $200 a month. We've enjoyed a totally free account with Citizens as long as I've been here and longer than that. And so they're gonna require this, not because we've had any fraud issues, but that's their position supposedly. And if we wouldn't agree to that, then we're gonna have to sign a 100% indemnity to protect them in case there is a fraud issue. Well, I'm not doing that. So I reached out to our former Citizens banker, who's now at TD, has been there for 7 years. He came down and presented the package that Karen has here. The net effect being, they would require some fraud protection activities as well, but only on the general fund, not on all the other old accounts. And his analysis, without having specific information in front of him, suggests that their analysis would still allow us to earn, in his example, $600 a month. Is that the right number? $600 a month in interest, which is more than we're getting now. We get $553 on $7 million
Yeah.
in the account
With Citizens right now.
with Citizens.
Listen, I got 13 cents the other
And
day.
$1.63 on the general fund, the checking account. So Karen and I would like to recommend that we move to TD.
I make a motion.
What would,
Is there a, is there
You
a
can make
fraud,
money. You're gonna make money, let's go.
is there a fraud component as well that we have to pay for with TD, or?
It's included in their analysis.
Oh, it is, okay.
Just on the general fund, he said.
So what would the fee a month be?
The way bank business accounts go is, they do an analysis based on the activity in the account. And typically, they apply an earnings credit against the average balance or some sort of balance arrangement. To offset whatever the charges accumulate based on the number of checks, the number of deposits, all that kind of stuff. And so Keith's example says, even after we do that analysis, including the charge for the fraud protection and everything else, and then applying interest to the excess balance on top of that, is where you get to this potentially $600 or whatever it is a month. So.
I'll second Bob's motion.
It's not hard dollars, it's
It's their analysis.
it's in the analysis and it comes out in the wash.
And they will front load the cost
And
of
they will front load a
all
lot of the costs for checks and, whatever.
deposit slips and all of
For,
that. For a
check
year.
supplies for a year, and make it real easy for us.
Gee,
It's a little closer by here in Epping instead of going to Raymond, not that that's a big deal, but
Yeah, because they're closing the one in Kingston the 23rd of April,
good.
because I had to move my box.
I never cared for that staff.
I loved them. They were wonderful people.
I'm with John.
You two must have strange
So
personalities.
we have a motion and a second.
I think there was a motion, I don't know about a
Who
second.
made a second?
Motion and a second. Any more discussion?
I'm gonna say, any other questions?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, John.
We'll do a roll call vote, Bill.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. And I'm an aye.
Is
They will
Phyllis
begin-
on?
Motion passes.
We'll notify them, they'll begin the process, he says it takes about 6 weeks to go through the whole, they'll come in and train people, they'll do the whole schmear for us.
Can they bring us a new treasurer?
So the target,
I did ask that.
Huh?
I did ask him that.
target date will be April 1st.
Oh, good.
Perfect. What a good day. They
How
gave
about
you
the new
nice-
treasurer?
That'll have to be June, May 1st, I guess, if we find one.
Who's on Zoom?
Phyllis, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right.
Is
I'll
she-
take,
I guess, I didn't think it would work.
I'll take a motion to allow Phyllis to attend the meeting
I make a
virtually.
motion.
Second.
Motion and a second.
Aye.
Bill, Ken,
Aye.
Aye.
Bob,
Thank
and I'm an aye. All in favor? Motion passes. Welcome, Phyllis.
Does she wanna vote on that thing or not?
She didn't hear half of it, so. Motion on last week's minutes?
Motion on last week's minutes.
Second.
Ken? Motion and second. Bill,
Aye.
Ken,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Phyllis,
Actually, it was
Aye.
2 weeks ago.
and I'm an aye, yes.
Yeah.
We didn't meet last.
2 weeks
Yeah.
ago.
Non-public.
Make a motion for non-public.
Second.
Motion and second for non-public. Bill,
Aye.
Ken,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Phyllis,
Aye.
and I'm an aye. Motion passes. Moving right along.
Okay.
Everybody on Zoom, you've been muted, and I can only unmute you. Hopefully we'll prevent some of the shenanigans from last night. If you want to say something, just use your raise your hand feature, and I will eventually get to you, or send me a chat message. But we're hoping not to get Zoom bombed. If we do, we're going to freeze the presentation, move you all to a waiting room, and then bring you back in.
Building permits?
Building permits.
Alan Agrella, 44 Spruce Ridge Drive, electrical permit to wire small room under deck. Jonathan Morgan, 51 Lake Road, install a 48 panel solar system. Three Ponds LLC, 19 James Circle, 13 James Circle, and 11 James Circle, plumbing permits for new homes. And Kevin Allard, 92 Prescott Road, for new dwelling.
Phyllis must be out by the ocean.
Isn't that a song? Down by the-
for the PD was, filling open shifts and snow.
Thanks, chief, she's on.
£3.
Ken, you missed this one?
Thank you.
You lost those.
Maybe she is driving.
Hanging out.
She's gonna come back all tan.
Possible for Phil?
She gets tan.
Really?
All right, let's go to the notes. Historical Society and Pilgrim Church, serving as a food pantry, would like a page in the town report.
Is there any prohibition? None?
No, we put pages
that for
in from
alcohol?
the trash district or,
Sorry again?
Said, isn't that for alcohol?
He remembers it well.
Notice I didn't comment. Yeah,
Well, you're a distressed person, so you should know.
that's correct.
He was bootlegging.
I'll make a motion that we allow it.
Yeah, I think the food pantry should have a page, just to,
I think they had good data. It shows that even in the
I think-
affluent community,
I
they
think
still
it's good.
collected so much.
Yeah.
Second-
Motion?
Second?
I made the motion.
Bill,
Yes?
Aye.
Ken, Bob,
Aye.
I'm an aye, and Phyllis is gone.
Phyllis's phone died. She apologized.
She's MIA right now.
Update on town meeting.
In order to host town meeting out of town, the only requirements are that we post the warrant at the new polling location and provide transportation from the original polling location to the new venue. So Exeter High School Auditorium is available on Saturday, March 13th. Daphne, myself, and Mr. Chamberlain are going to meet with Rusty Lister tomorrow at the high school to talk about how we can get it set up. And the school has agreed to provide 2 buses. We'll reimburse the school, but we can book them under the school's contract for a reduced rate. For 2 buses that can hold up to 44 people each. Masks will be required on the buses, and then the plan was for them to, the buses will arrive at Swayze for 8 a.m. They'll wait there until about 8:20, load up, and then run over to Exeter High School. Then they'll stay on standby until the meeting is adjourned, and then they'll return them to Swayze for anybody that wants them.
One question, what about the police protection?
That is a question for Chief Arturi.
Chief, I'm gonna unmute you for a second.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, so I got an email from Chief Poulin, and we just have to reach out to him. We're good to go with you know, with our security, with the mutual aid agreement, so, if we run into any issues, we can just contact Exeter PD, but we're good to go with that.
Excellent.
Okay.
Sounds good, thank you.
Perfect.
Thanks, chief.
Welcome.
The
You're
buses
welcome.
would have cost $850 if the town were to rent them themselves. Under the school's contract, it'll only be $300.
All right.
Perfect. So do you need a motion or to do that or
If
not?
that's what you wanna do, I just wanna make sure, cause I posted it on the warrant that way, how the transportation will be
Is the
provided.
school gonna charge us anything?
No.
So the total cost will be $300.
Make a motion.
Second.
Motion and a second. Bill,
Aye.
Ken,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
and I'm an aye.
And that's at 9 a.m. that we'll have the meeting?
Yes.
So town meeting will be at 9 a.m. at Exeter High School. 2 buses will provide transportation from Swayze,
If needed.
or you can drive yourself.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of parking.
Well, the whole outback is taken up by the National Guard, but
There's plenty of parking spots.
we should have plenty of parking.
I'll bring the Jeep and go on a snowbank for you to save us space.
So you need us to sign stuff?
So that's the election warrant.
Motion to sign the election warrant?
Made it.
Second.
Motion a second, all in favor, Bill,
Aye.
Ken,
Aye.
Bob, and I'm an aye.
This is the town meeting warrant.
Motion to sign the town meeting warrant?
Motion.
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor, Bill,
Aye.
Ken,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
and I'm an aye.
Do we sign all copies or just the copy?
Which one?
Just one copy, and then I'll make copies and post them everywhere. And I'll take one with me to post at the high school tomorrow.
She just opened her beer can?
I thought someone fell in a trash can. Vote on the town
Vote to
report.
the, Board of Selectmen report in the town report.
Outstanding work.
It was very well written.
Yep,
Thank you.
I liked it. I make a motion.
Second.
Motion a second, all in favor,
Aye.
Bill, Ken,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
and I'm an aye. Vote to approve town report?
So I uploaded a draft copy of it so you could see it, how it was all put together. The only thing that needs to be added is just the school district warrant and the town meeting warrant, and then this will be ready to go to the printers.
And then the food pantry.
So these look, it's not double sided, that's why it looks so much larger than normal.
Motion.
Second.
Motion a second, all in favor, Bill,
Aye.
Ken,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
and I'm an aye.
With reference to the carpet, I think it's a good idea, have them out of the way and at home being productive.
So,
If, ish,
the capit install.
Oh.
ish, the cap it, ish.
That's
cap it.
just like a wreck of a note.
It's gonna be 2-ish.
Well, you were up
weeks.
late last night.
The carpet install to begin on Wednesday and will take 2 weeks,
2-ish.
2-ish weeks. I would like to allow folks to work remotely the day their office is being done instead of working in the conference room.
That's my motion to allow it.
Motion,
Second.
second, Bill,
Aye.
Ken,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
and I'm an aye.
The town clerk's office will be done on Monday, President's Day, while her office is closed, so there'll be no disruption to service
Oh,
there.
super.
Perfect.
For the next one. Sorry. I think the word.
Warrant article. Already. Budget. 25 building fund. Approved by Board of Selectmen,
Not
not
by.
approved by the.
And you'll speak to that day.
See, with the chief.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
I can hear
Yes.
you.
Yes, I will speak to that.
Okay.
We're gonna throw in Bob to help you.
Okay.
He might have to really throw me, but it's gonna take a little bit.
I'll be ready to go.
Okay.
Do you wanna talk about the canine equipment?
Yeah, well, look, it's off the table right now. You know, we renegotiated a $400 agreement just based on the canine cage and some, a couple of ballistic vests that had been donated, which we have no use for, so I threw that in. But there was a little misunderstanding. The panels that we have in Cruiser 6 were part of the canine equipment, I believe. I did not know that, and I don't know if the sergeant knew that either. So, really what it came down to is we would need to find new panels and pay to find panels and then pay to have it done. And I'm like, look, I'm not paying money out of pocket, to get this done. So it went round and round. The last I heard, someone from the sheriff's department called down there and said they were getting a whole new system. So I'm like, okay, we're good. And there's somebody at I think, Amesbury that might be looking for the equipment. So that's where we're at. I guess the bottom line is, I mean, I don't wanna be running around and doing all the legwork for $400.
Agreed.
Agreed.
But, and you're gonna follow up with Adamson's, why we paid $700 to have stuff taken out of a car that was never
Yeah.
taken out of a car?
Yep, we've been playing phone tag, you know, I put a call into them a couple weeks ago about that, and basically, I was looking for a credit. And, you know, in fairness, I mean, we really did rush it because we needed to get that cruiser back. So, you know, they took out what they could take out, they left the brains of the system in behind the door, we believe. So, you know, it's no good without the brains. And we were good to go with that, but then when, you know, like, we gotta take the panels out and then find panels to replace the panels and then pay extra, I'm like, I'm not paying extra for that. So, that's where we're at.
Right, and the update on the sale of the old cruiser?
You know, I think that's in your hands right now, I know it's over at the highway shed, and, you know, I mean, it's ready to go, I think you just need to post it.
She didn't leave me notes that was a Karen thing, not a you thing.
Oh, sorry. It was posted for sale, and I went through like 4 Craigslist people, and they've all
Backed up.
ghosted everything. So there's one offer from an employee that is interested, but it was at $1,500. So if that person is still interested, you just wanna,
If that's our only offer, let it go.
I'll make a motion that we sell it to them.
Motion,
Second.
second, all in
Aye.
favor, Bill,
Aye.
Ken,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
and I'm an aye.
What's the offer? I didn't hear that.
$1,500.
How much?
15, 1-5.
Yeah, I mean,
It's pretty beat.
yeah.
It'll pay for your panels.
I removed the decals. It's pretty beat.
Yeah.
We did get the tires off of it too for Kit, so we saved at least $600
It's a
there.
good student driver car.
It's a
Let 'em
low,
hit whatever.
I think it's a low rider though, because you're gonna be, the seat's kind of a little warped too.
Melissa just joined us. Melissa, we just voted a couple minutes ago to have town meeting at the school on Saturday the 13th. And Karen and everybody are meeting with
Rusty, listen.
Rusty tomorrow. She's nodding, she's happy. Documents.
I have 2 intent to cuts for Old Gordon Road. They're 2 separate parcels owned by the Swayzes.
Motion,
Yes.
second,
Second.
all in favor, Bill,
Aye.
Ken,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
and I'm an aye.
I have inserted more documents since I printed the notes.
Killing me.
No.
Mosquito application. And you didn't put them in order either, did you?
Well, I did, and then I added these in because they made more sense. This is the mosquito application for 21.
Take a motion. for
Motion.
Mosquitoes,
Second.
motion and second. All in favor of the pesticide application?
Aye.
Bill,
Aye.
Ken,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
and I'm an aye. And there's only one signature, so that motion was for me to sign it.
Okay.
Legend Software.
So Mainstay Technologies used to manage our website. That was the only component that we left with them. Jonathan O'Brien was an employee for Mainstay and has decided to start his own business, Legend Software. So Mainstay has signed a letter of release, and if we're wanting to, then we can sign an agreement with Legend and continue with the same tech people, just under a different name.
How much money?
Same cost.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor, Bill?
Aye.
Ken?
Aye.
Bob?
Aye.
I'm an aye. And again, this is only one signature. How long is this contract for?
Just 1
12
year.
months. COVID-19 relief election form.
So this is an offering through Health Trust for employees participating in FSA. It would allow employees to enroll into an FSA program outside of our traditional open enrollment period. It also extends their grace period and eliminates their max carryover through the end of 2021, so that we don't have any employees that in 2020, if they weren't able to see a physician, they could carry that expense over through the end of 21 and use those dollars up and not forfeit them.
Any cost to us?
Nothing.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor, Bill?
Aye.
Ken?
Aye.
Bob? And I'm an aye. Again, one signature. HOA letters for Firefly and Arrowhead.
So we had a monitoring agent as required for these two workforce housing subdivisions that has passed away. They do not have a current functioning HOA to enforce this component, so we wanna send a letter to them that they need to reconstitute their HOA and then find a monitoring agent because that is their cost to absorb. So
What is
we-
Arrowhead? Where's Arrowhead?
Is Kennedy Circle.
Motion.
So these are two draft letters there, and then what we're gonna do is do a mail merge to all of the residents in both subdivisions, and then put your signatures on that letter.
Is that,
So you want us to sign the one that says these?
Yes, and then we'll merge them in and reprint them.
is this from the planning board, or is it from compliance, or is it from us?
It's gonna go from the Board of Selectmen as the enforcing agent for
Okay.
their
The planning
subdivision.
board has nothing to do with
Our
HOAs.
requirement to provide workforce housing.
Right, so we're giving them 30 days to reconstitute their HOA and then to name a monitoring agent. We have a monitoring, Andrea did all of the research to find a monitoring agent that she can recommend to them, but it's their cost to pay their fees.
So the letter says, this letter is sent to remind you as a resident of Firefly or Arrowhead subdivision, you are required by your property deed to be a member of a subdivision homeowners association. It's come to the attention of the town of Brentwood that the homeowners association is no longer active. This is not an optional requirement on your deed. The homeowners association is required to monitor workforce housing restrictions that are part of your subdivision. Future real estate transactions may be negatively impacted by the absence of required homeowners association. Your deed includes documents outlining the structure and operational requirements for this entity. Please inform Town Administrator Karen Clement when the homeowners association has been reestablished. Please provide the names and contact information, phone numbers, and/or email address of all the officers of the association within 30 days.
Motion.
Motion.
I made one originally.
All right.
Second.
Bill,
Aye.
Ken,
Aye.
Bob,
All right.
and I'm an aye.
Is there any other associations that we have?
Not for workforce housing, that's the only really one that.
Yeah.
We have to enforce.
Right, because they're, resale restricted.
Okay.
They can
Well,
only make 20% if they sell.
Three Ponds end up have an HOA?
They have one, but
They have-
it's
but they're
not
not
part of workforce housing.
Well, I didn't know if we were required to monitor to
No,
make
no.
sure they had one.
Our town council reviews all HOA documents, and they must be approved by the planning board.
Cause I'm sure like Windsor Meadows has an HOA.
I think,
Oh, yeah, and so does Wilson Way.
The Recreation Commission wants to make a recommendation to appoint Erin Merrill and Patrick Farrell as alternate members of the Rec Commission for 1 year.
motion.
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor, Bill,
Aye.
Ken,
Aye.
Bob,
All right.
I'm an aye.
And also to.
Congratulations, Aaron and Patrick.
Is there 3 slips?
And to appoint Aaron Kelly as a full member of the Recreation Commission for 3 years.
Motion.
Second.
Bill,
Aye.
Ken,
Aye.
Bob,
All right.
and I'm an aye. Congratulations, Aaron.
Oh, I'll get it for you.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna get it for you. That's quite all right. Take this one over there.
Are you getting back up?
No,
His-
down is no problem.
He was just doing push-ups, it's okay.
Involuntarily.
Ellen said you do great at that.
Veterans credits and a blind
I
exemption.
have 3 veteran credits and a blinded exemption.
Motion.
All meet qualifications.
Yes, she did.
Second.
Motion and second, Bill,
Aye.
Ken,
Aye.
Bob,
All right.
Are those new?
and I'm an aye.
Yes. ones before you go into the PV. I have a gravel warrant for Magnuson Farms. Whopping $43 of tax revenue.
All right, motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second for a gravel warrant for Magnuson's Pit. Bill,
Aye.
Ken,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
I'm an aye.
I can intend to excavate for Magnuson's Farm for the next tax year.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and second to sign the intent to excavate for Magnuson's Farm. Bill,
Aye.
Ken,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
and I'm an aye.
Cool, man.
They actually have a check machine. I haven't seen
Conrad?
a check machine in ages.
Guy's name's Conrad, that's cool.
What's that?
They have a check machine.
I have one of those at my house.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
And I have our first.
I have a pen at my house that writes it down.
I can use this pen
I don't remember the last time I wrote a check.
Yeah, I know, it's all online.
I have our first application form for excavation and placement of facilities in the public right of way. So Contel Construction would like to replace, they'd like to excavate and place new 3 inches conduit from T1 crossing on Dudley Road to the meter and replace it for field power service. So this is a sketch of what they're looking to do over by house number 17. They'd like to start the work the middle of next week and will be done shortly thereafter, but in plenty of time before we, end of date proposes 3/15.
Make a motion.
They'll be done before we start paving.
Highway sign off on it?
Wayne hasn't reviewed this, but assuming that
Very
Wayne
close
does,
to a
that's
well.
no issue.
So I'll second with Wayne reviewing that.
Yeah.
We probably should have photos as part of the file before they dig. Just so we have a before and after.
Close to a well, so that needs to be looked at.
Well, they would have to notify DigSafe anyway, right?
Yeah.
Well,
You want dig
do you wanna
safe,
know where dig safe is?
send
Minnesota.
photos, and then-
But-
Well, that's a number they call and they send
I
people
know,
out.
it's in Minnesota.
But it's their well, so I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
they're running power to their house.
It's the
It's
best
their
drawing
well.
I've seen in years.
So I'll take a motion pending approval by highway and photo documentation.
So ordered, sir.
Second.
Second, Bill,
Aye.
Ken,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
and I'm an aye.
And,
Do you want us to sign that?
oh,
We just had the drawing.
Just one person has to sign it, probably. Maybe not. No.
Karen's fault, we're not going home tonight.
well, this is the first time we've had these applications.
You designed it.
I didn't,
You didn't design it?
no, council did.
No.
Are you fine if I sign as the municipal official? Cause this wants us to sign after, once the bond has been posted, so they have to still submit that bond, which he said was coming, but I haven't received it yet.
So, yeah, we have to sign it for everything.
So I wanna make sure I get that and the pictures
Alright.
Good.
Wayne's review, photographs and bond.
and bond.
Perfect.
I have a notice of extension to execute contract request from Stevens Associates for the Mill Road Bridge. They would like an extension to February 16th in order for A and Whipple to get their documents in order to execute their contract.
And I talked to Bob Stevens and, our contractor's working on that. He just needs to get that certificate of insurance and stuff.
And we
worked out.
took a little while to make decisions, so I
Yeah.
can see it.
So I'm for making a motion to extend.
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor, Bill,
Aye.
Ken,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
and I'm an aye.
In the meantime, do you want to make, or for the duration of the project, do you wanna name, is Bob the official designee for the contract to be
I thought we
approving
already
change
did
orders
that.
and things
Sure.
like that?
Yeah, yes.
All right, so
Motion.
Motion.
Made,
Motion and a second, Bill,
Aye.
Ken,
aye.
Bob,
Aye.
and I'm an aye. I made the motion.
And Becky Dunn would like to be reappointed to the Regional Association Subcommittee for a term of 3 years.
Make a motion.
Second. Oh, go ahead.
Motion and a second, all in favor of approving Becky,
Aye.
Bill,
Trudy, yeah.
Ken,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
and I'm an aye. Becky, Trudy,
It's almost the same.
you
I
got,
thought so.
you confused poor Sarah.
I like
I'm
the
sorry,
name,
Sarah.
I'm still liking the guy's name Conrad. I haven't heard that in a long time.
I think they call him Connie.
Yeah, I was like, that's a cool name, Conrad.
Yeah.
Alright, PD grant.
Chief.
I guess I gotta unmute the chief again.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, so this, it's just additional money that the New Hampshire Highway Safety Grant has, for some equipment. So it's a 50% match, and I believe we got the quotes there, one's for a LiDAR unit, I don't have it in front of me, but I think it'd probably be like 700 or 800 out of our budget. And then they would match it, on that. I think it's like, it has anywhere from like 12 to 1800, I don't know which one is attached to that. And the other one is another, radar display sign, similar to the one that at Exeter High School. It's a little bit more, less cumbersome than having a trailer around.
So the total LiDAR quotation was $2,595. And
Now, is that for the radar?
the LiDAR,
sign? The
Nope.
LiDAR.
that's for the LiDAR.
What is that for?
LiDAR is laser radar, so instead of using radar beam that estimates speed, it's actually a laser that actually tracks the car, so it's more accurate.
What's that?
We need that.
Well, for a highway like 125,
Yeah.
you can't tell what car is speeding just by your observation. You could say that one car is going faster than the other, but the LiDAR actually pinpoints your speeding car.
And what's the cost to us?
Half of $2,595.
So 1,500, 2,000?
1,300.
1,300.
Roughly.
And that's in our, that's,
I'm like, I'll just let it go.
That would be in her equipment budget,
and it's in her budget, right, for this year?
yes.
If it's in the budget, I'll make a motion to approve it.
Second.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I thought we were done spending money. And it's
Well, it's not last year, it's.
Well,
gonna
it's a
be
new
this year.
budget
New
season,
budget.
so.
It's out of this budget money. Okay. But we're getting 50%, so. You're
It's a
getting a
good
grant.
tool, especially for 125.
And what's the other thing?
Well, let's do this one first.
Okay.
The other one's gonna be for 3,200, so 1,600 would be more, so. So, motion on the LiDAR,
I made it.
Bob?
Do we use impact fees for our 50% match?
If we can.
Yeah, let's do
Cause
that.
I mean, it's based on growth to monitor traffic on 125.
Yeah, let's do that.
Can we do it on both?
Wanna do that?
Yeah.
Let's do
So-
that instead.
Motion for the LiDAR using impact fees to purchase our half.
I'll amend my motion.
Okay.
Bob, you still a second?
Second,
Bill?
Aye.
Ken?
Aye.
Bob?
aye.
And I'm an aye. Do you need a signature?
I
on
need a
that?
signature on the grant agreement just by Andy.
This is state grant money?
Yes.
Yes. Highway Safety Agency.
I would, yeah.
Which is really federal money.
And we don't, and there's
What do you
no
want?
requirement for us
What do
to
you want
do
to
any
sign?
number
Because we
of
have
stops
signed.
or any of that.
No.
You
You
know, like
sign
we
here
used
and
to do
then
with the
Jonathan has
state
to sign here,
police
then she signs
grant.
on
That's
the
when
other.
they hire us to do that,
Okay.
you know, for drug driving or whatever.
Yeah,
All right, and then the chief wants to buy another speed sign. Is this a mounted one, chief, like in front of the
Yeah.
nursing home?
It's just out of Exeter High School,
So
that
it's just a
one.
so it's a
You mount it
permanent,
to a pole, like a speed limit pole,
There's a
as
picture.
opposed to getting a trailer for it.
Where would you mount it?
I don't know, different locations.
Oh, so it's still movable,
It's solar operated.
Yeah, it's movable.
okay,
I'll make a motion.
Second.
And that's coming out of impact fees as well?
yes.
Okay.
Total cost is $3,199. State grant for half, second half will come out of impact fees.
That total
Aye.
cost to us would be about 2,900. Aye.
Bill, Ken, Bob,
Aye.
and I'm an aye. That passes, does that need to be signed, or was that on? the
Nice
floor?
job, chief.
Thank you. I can't take the credit for that. Lieutenant did the bulk of the work on my grant for the equipment, so kudos to the lieutenant.
All right.
Chief, did you have anything for, public? I know you got stuff for later.
No, I think that's it. It was the highway grant, and then we have something for non-public, and then that's it.
All right, so if you wanna just hang for a couple, we have some more stuff to do, and we'll be right back with you.
All right, sounds good.
Bob, I know you're chomping at the bit for something.
Yeah, I'll be nice.
You gonna be nice?
I'll be nice.
So you're gonna, we can discuss it, or
No,
no?
I'm gonna leave.
Well, I'll just bring up that,
Well, hold on, if Ken's leaving, we'll take a,
I'm going to get water.
okay, never mind.
he's still in the room. I'm just gonna bring up, I did bring to the library trustees, an issue that came up. I had another complaint that I delivered to them, and then I had somebody inquired if they could get reimbursed for the fee because they're going to a different library. They're going to Kingston, Library versus going to our library, because they just feel ours has not been accessible. I voiced that concern over to them. One of the things that was also asked of me, and I don't know if it's possible or not, is if a motion could be made to defund, and I told them that would have something that would be at the town meeting, and I'm not sure how that works. So
So-
I did bring that to their attention also, so they're aware of that.
So legally, we have no control of the library, library trustees control the library.
That's correct.
So, yeah, the only thing is town meeting would have to cut any library funding, I would assume. I don't know.
And
what
that's
the
why I
legal-
told them I didn't know, so I did tell them that that was one of the things that was requested of me, asked of me over the last week, and I said, I don't know, that's an issue, I brought that up, and I don't know if that can be done or not, but that was an inquiry from one of our constituents.
So the library is on, I don't know who from the libraries, I just
Sounds like
unmuted, but
Janice.
if you'd like to speak,
Hi, yes, it's Janice and Heather, and then I've got a couple of trustees here as well, Tom and Tracy.
if you could just speak up a little bit, that would be great.
What's that?
If you could just speak up a little bit,
Oh, okay, certainly, is that any better?
a little bit.
Okay. So it's me and Heather, and then Tracy and Tom are also in the room, they're two of our trustees. So if they could be unmuted as well, that would be great.
So Tom Walker?
Tom Walker and Tracy Waldron.
All right.
And do you know, Karen, if that can be made a motion or not? Because that was what was inquired. I'm not sure if that can be or not.
Tom and Tracy have been unmuted.
Okay, thank you.
They could make a motion to
So I know
reduce the
Tracy
operating
had
budget.
written back to Bob.
Yep.
About this issue.
Have we seen that letter?
Did you wanna speak to that?
Would you like me to speak to the complaints? What part of that would you like me to speak to?
You could just, I'm just giving you the option to acknowledge Bob's statement, and if you wanna talk to it, or if you just wanna
That I've made you aware.
wait to town meeting to,
Address if there's a motion.
So, legally, you can't vote to defund the library. If you have a public library in your town, you can't vote to defund it. I'm not sure why that's even being thrown out.
That was something that was asked, constituent asked about that, so,
I thought you told the constituent that.
no, that was something that was inquired of me, which is something that I elaborated in my response to you, that when somebody asks me that, it's my duty to basically keep you informed and let you know that there's a frustration out there. And that was, the constituent had asked, number one, if they could get paid back for the fee that they have to pay for an out-of-town library, because they don't feel ours is accessible, number one. And then number two, they wanted to know, is it possible to make a motion to take away money or defund and push the burden back to the library itself, the Friends? And I said, I was not sure, I was not aware. So that's why I reach out and ask. So from what you're telling us is you cannot defund it from the town meeting, is that correct?
Right.
And I would think any complaints that we receive as board members should be directed to the source of the trustees.
Which is I give them to the trustees.
No, the
Right.
party
Right.
that has the issue should be directed to talk to the trustees.
Right.
Would be my suggestion, because
So,
our hands are tied, we really can't
Right.
do anything about it besides be middlemen, and there's no good ever coming out of being a middleman.
Well, one of the things that did come up, that I brought to them is I did tell them that I did ask the person to reach out to the library trustees, because I don't know if they have a program where they pay for people to go to libraries if they can't get a resource here. Do they have something available to compensate people that have to pay to use another facility because maybe we don't have the resources here? I don't know. So I
We do
did
not
defer the
have
person. Okay.
we have an interlibrary loan program if we don't have resources that people ask for that we can get through our program. Almost all the libraries in the Seacoast area have closed their doors completely and are just doing curbside pickup.
Have they reduced the,
Library has truncated their hours.
okay,
I think that the public needs to be a little bit flexible during COVID. We are as frustrated as the public is at not being able to provide everything that we normally do. But we are trying to be safe for everyone, for the public, for our staff. And, we are hoping that our staff is flexible and we are hoping that the public is flexible.
Tracy, are you Zooming the library trustee meetings?
Yes,
Okay. So,
So there's a vehicle for a person who has a problem to contact the trustees.
yes,
And I think you're absolutely right, we have no business being in the middle of this.
I still think it's our duty to report
Oh,
that
no.
you have issues.
I agree, but the problem is you become the middleman, and
Right.
you have a duty to report and let them know, but they really need to be, like, if my house is on fire, I'm not gonna call the police department and say, hey, can you come put my house out?
They're still gonna show up.
They are, but they're not gonna put the house out.
Chance, they did put the fire out here before the fire department got out. So. It
Say
did
it-
work for the police department to
say
put
it
out our
later.
fire.
Tracy, do you have anything else, or are you good with that?
no,
Girls over at the library, you all set?
Yes, thank you.
All right. Gonna mute you all again.
I also got a compliment on the police department, so I want to pass that along. I did get a compliment. I did address, over at the highway, somebody complained again a little bit about some speed, but I actually saw the person coming in and they were fine. But I wanted to bring that up so everyone's aware of that too.
And I think Highway's been doing a good job maintaining the roads.
Outstanding.
I thought so.
Great job plowing.
Yep.
And I know the police department unfortunately didn't get out to, there was some kids flying by on a tube with a rope coming off the back of a car during the snowstorm, and I'm like,
That sounds like fun. Old
Probably
age.
something you did when you were a kid, though.
no, I was never that bad.
Sounds like the kind of things we used to do.
And that's because I had a neighbor that got killed by sliding into a car, so,
Do you have anything else, Bob?
nope, I'm good.
Ken?
Nope.
Bill?
I heard from Phyllis, who's enjoying herself, thank God, but I told her I would be more than happy to champion passing on to the town through Karen that we very much appreciate the work that you guys have been doing through this whole COVID thing, and we certainly hope it's over soon, but we want to recognize that you guys have been doing a really nice job, and we appreciate that, thank you.
And we need to keep the employee recognition program going.
Yes, we do.
Huh?
And before I forget, I also wanted to bring up Tom Arkell's passing, so people are aware of that.
Chief, I'm not sure if the family would want police representation, but if they would, whatever you could do for the family would probably be greatly appreciated. But I'm not sure what they would like, so maybe you could reach out or somebody else could reach out, but we'll talk about that later. Anybody on Zoom has a comment, raise their hand. Mrs. Freya, do you have a comment?
I just.
Can you move over to the mic,
Oh, sorry.
please?
It can probably hear me.
I'm sure, but she moves the chair.
Can I take off my mask? Is that okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I had a couple questions. One is, I heard from two people, it's funny that you mentioned the Kingston Library, because I got a brand new client last week who lives in Newton, who said they use the Kingston Library. And then somebody last night told me they used, a friend of mine told me they used the Kingston Library. Is there, do you know what that fee is to use the Kingston?
I was told $50, I don't know if that's.
Again, it's,
Out of our
You don't have to
purview.
answer me,
I know, I'm just,
I
that's,
just was surprised that, yeah, I'm asking you, Andy, I'm just commenting.
I don't know, I probably could Google it for you if you like.
Or, no, or just, I could, you know,
I was
the
told
director is
I
there?
was told it was
I
$50.
don't.
That's all I know.
Okay.
But I'm sure that's a search, go Google search away.
Yeah, that's fine, I just, you know, sounds like a good deal if people are all going there, that's just, is that the only one that's open? Because she seemed to say everything was
I-
closed.
My library knowledge is
Is
based
next
upon
door.
the one that's next to me, and that's
What?
about it.
When's the last time you went in there?
Doesn't look busy,
It does look busy, there's
Okay,
people in and
okay.
out of there all the time, and
Good, okay. My other question was, I didn't quite understand the Chief Archeri's requests. So one is for laser, so we can make sure how fast, which car is going really fast on 125.
I don't know where she's gonna use it, but that was my example, so
Right,
it's a handheld unit where
it's
you
usually at
actually
my
look
room.
through a thing and there's a laser that puts on your target, so you can choose the
Right.
exact target.
And then if you write a ticket, does Brentwood get any of that money
No.
from the,
It all
No.
goes to the state.
Well,
The state gives
Yes,
everything.
that's what I want to.
because the money is used to pay for training at standards and training.
For Brentwood.
So,
But we don't
For
have a
ev-
direct
For everybody.
input.
we don't get direct input, but when we send a cadet or recruit to the academy, we don't pay the academy.
I thought it
Got a
was
lot lately.
$28,000 for them to
The-
go to the.
That's payroll,
Transportation.
transportation, it's not for
uniforms.
the actual instructors,
Is that right? We don't pay for any of that?
no.
Oh, okay. But everybody else gets that same benefit,
Yes.
even if we're stopping the people in our
Correct.
town in
Right.
Brentwood. So if the
But the
ambulance-
same way that I'm sure state police write 10 times the amount of tickets that Brentwood writes, we reap the benefits of that.
well, that's just proximity. But what about, if Kingston puts in that massive Amazon facility or any other, whoever else? Have we heard any more on that?
It's not Amazon.
Oh,
It's not anymore?
Amazon.
Well, that's what I heard.
Well,
No,
some
I
on
heard
Google,
We
behemoth.
heard it's not Amazon warehouse, that's for
Okay,
sure.
but.
The latest rumor is Target.
Target
But it's
warehouse?
a big warehouse,
Yes,
which
it
is
is.
increasing the volume
Yes.
of
Traffic.
that.
Right.
And Brentwood is expected to do the work, pay the policemen, buy the radar, and gets no,
Now, I think you're overstating it.
well, that's what I'm at, that's
The,
what I'm
the,
asking the question.
the Department of Transportation at the state level is responsible for making sure that the intersection, whatever happens, happens at their direction. As the vehicles leave, if they speed through Brentwood, they're gonna get a ticket. That's the end of it. There is no other thing to talk about.
If there's an accident, then mutual aid would probably come into play where it is.
Right, but it's like our road gets a whole, our part of 125 gets a whole bunch.
Yeah, but
Our
we don't pay
officers get
anything
a-
for our part of 125.
And we can only hope that development will happen as a result of it.
Yes. It's good for business.
Except if you live near that intersection, okay.
Move.
Nobody wants business next to them, but nobody wants to pay higher
No,
property
I'm
taxes.
okay, what's happening with it, well, that's a different question, and that wasn't tonight.
You said you had two
Your
questions.
5 minutes is running up,
You're
Liz.
done.
I'm done.
You're done?
Thank
Oh,
you.
no, one final. Tom Arkell, was he related, was he police?
No, that
He
was,
was Steve's
that
father.
was Steve's
I
father.
know who he was. Was he, I thought you said something about the police.
Yes. He was Steve's father. Steve died in line of duty. So it's traditionary that police departments represent the families at funerals. So like if my mother or father passed away, it would be tradition for the police department to show a presence as
No, I
recognition
get
to
that,
my
I get that,
service to
but
the
none of these
town.
policemen except for one were here,
Doesn't matter.
doesn't matter.
We're all brothers and sisters and
Right, but I mean, do you go,
That's-
like, how far do you go?
that's-
Parents,
that-
siblings? No, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, I just was seeing how far out
the man
you
gave
go.
his life for this town and if,
No,
I'm done with comments on that.
yeah.
If you're talking about money for that,
No, I'm not talking about money, I'm
Motion
talking
to
about,
adjourn.
no, we have non-public.
okay, thank you.
Chief has what?
The chief wanted to speak to Tom Markel's arrangements.
Where'd you go? There you are.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes, I had a conversation with Jeff Arkell about an hour before the meeting, and
We just lose her?
We lost you.
I lost you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Yeah. I said I had a conversation with Jeff Arkell about an hour before the meeting started, and extended our condolences, for the loss of Tom Arkell. They're not doing anything right now in light of COVID, and he's gonna keep me posted if they have arrangements more towards the summer. But we will be making arrangements to send, a floral arrangement to, Marion and family.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Seeing no hand raised, I'll give you another couple minutes and then we're gonna go into a non-public session and not come back for the night. Melissa looks like she's falling asleep.
Wake up, Melissa.
How's that new job?
Melissa, you okay? You okay, Melissa?
At least my meetings get out before 9:30.
Yo.
You do run a good meeting.
There's a jab.
So,
Okay.
I'm gonna start the process with, I'm gonna make a motion that we go into non-public
Second.
for employment for 91A, 311, A, B, C, D, E, and I.
Second.
Chief, we're gonna call you on the phone just so we don't have an open Zoom line. So
Okay.
we'll disconnect you and I'll have Karen call you on the phone. Good night, everybody.
We had a motion and a second?
Wait for your call.
Yes. Aye.
Motion, second,
All right.
He
Bill?
second. Aye.
Ken,
Aye.
Bob, and I'm an aye. Good night all.
Good night, thank you.
Microphone's off.
Oh, yeah.
We are still live. So let me finish going, I'm live.